Greetings, lads. How do you do? Yeah. I'll start this off with a question for you. Have you ever had the uncontrollable urge to suck off every pedestrian you see to absorb their creamy, delicious attributes for yourself? Of course you have. You'd be weird if you hadn't. And wouldn't you know it, I just so happened to be looking around on Steam for something to play and found this pedestrian suck-off simulator for free. Vampire Masquerade Bloodhunt. And it wasn't even in the spicy game section. Although if it was, I'm sure my Discord would have found it way sooner than I did. You're probably saying, Nimo, that game came out last year. Why are you just making a video on it now? Well, sit tight, pussy. We're going for a ride. The game originally released for PC last year in September, and it was just released on the PS5, and apparently, it's had a massive update. Splendid! Vampire Masquerade Bloodhunt is a BR mode that's set in the Vampire Masquerade Universe. Oh my! I didn't play any in the previous games. Apparently, they're all available on PC. I never got a hold of them, so I don't know if they're any good. Maybe they were. I don't know. If they weren't, why would they make more of it? Who knows? Basically, you're a vampire in a dense city who has to eliminate other vampires by finding guns and pointing the loud end at their faces while pulling the trigger. You suck off innocent bystanders to gain buffs, extra lives, and health regen. You can also climb up walls in a typical vampire-y fashion. Marvelous. As you see from the gameplay footage, this game is a third-person, over-the-shoulder Fortnite BR-style experience. And it has the typical array of weapons to use: AR, shotgun, sniper rifle, marksman rifle, a minigun, and some melee weapons that apparently are quite powerful. As for what's changed since it was released a year ago, you get a new playable character, class, thingy, and well, as far as I can tell, that's it. There's a class progression system that's kind of okay, but doesn't feel very inspired or expansive. I don't believe that was there before. You get multiple lives if you suck off the right street side executives, and now you can bring back eliminated teammates at the little respawn points across the map. These respawn points are just little white swirly things that appear to be randomly placed all over the map in a hasty manner. There's no explanation for them, or information about what exactly they're supposed to represent, besides looking like a puddle of cum.
I'm gonna come.
They just decided the trios mode needed a respawn point, and so they gave us one. And that's kind of it. Kind of lazy implementation, but at least it's there. Splendid. The hub world is still cluttered with random NPCs you don't give a shit about. The quests are pathetically simple and consist of find this item and bring it back. And you still can't ADS in the hub world, so you can't adjust your sensitivity before you go into a match. If you want to get all of your settings dialed in, you have to load in a tutorial and mess about with it there. Just seems like extra steps to me. Also, there are too many sensitivity options for a mouse and keyboard player. Why we need sensitivities for every axis of movement, I will never know. Just give us regular input and one for ADS multiplier, and leave it at that. Why do we need to overcomplicate this? The game as a whole feels decent, movement's solid, and controls do control-y stuff. You can climb walls and jump off them at weird angles, but it's a little clunky and sometimes buggy, and on multiple occasions, I go jump from wall to wall and just end up kicking off the wall and going backwards. Aiming feels dated and shoehorned in. In fact, it feels almost exactly the same as H1Z1 felt, only without that weird sideways recoil that game had. Anyone else remember that? I'm sure some of you guys are heading down to the comments right now to say, the aiming is fine. I have a 200 KD and I win every single game. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, just because you're the best in the world at picking up wet dog turds with your bare hands doesn't mean there isn't a better way to rid the streets of shit. It may feel better on console, but I don't have a console and I can't test that, so... And I don't see myself getting a console anytime soon, so I may never know. Also, reloading is abysmal. It takes a full wait at the DMV, complete with eye and rectal exam to execute. I totally understand that lower quality weapons should be slower to reload, but this is kind of stupid. After every single match, you're assaulted with an absolute barrage of unlocks and rewards. Oh. that you didn't do fuck all to achieve, and the notifications don't stop there. Everywhere you look, there's something trying to get your attention, to ultimately lead to that cash shop that has fuck all in it. Even if I had the money to buy this crap, there's no way I would waste even a penny on this garbage. Yeah, free-to-play games need to make their money too, but if you want to buy non-existent digital garbage from your shop, it needs to at least look appealing, feel exclusive, or premium. This is shit. The game feels devoid of inspiration in most places. The vampire aspect is alright. Sucking off strangers in the street is basically everybody's dream, but apart from that, it just feels like a copy-paste of other games that have little more consideration put into their mechanics. Will I play it again?
Perhaps.
But I don't wake up excited for it. And if I really wanted to put strangers in my mouth to extract their 2 health per second, I'll just go downtown on a Friday night, like everybody else does. After about 45 hours into the game, I found the fun. It can take a little bit to really get the hang of it, but if you look past the really uninspired and rushed parts, there's a solid game here. What would really spice it up would be a rank system for all 3 play modes: solo, duo, and trio. Not everybody likes the sweatiness of ranked play modes, but for those that do enjoy it, there's a satisfying feeling of progression and pride in your account that comes from earning things like rank. Thanks, Obama. So far, anything you can get that differentiate you from other players is bought from the cash shop or battle pass, but those rewards feel meaningless, and they just show to players that you are irresponsible with money. There really needs to be rewards that feel exclusive to playing the game well, and I don't mean the Steam achievement system. There needs to be real in-game rewards for doing well. The melee combat's been tuned up a little bit. Now you can gain a percentage of health back for each successful hit. This makes melee combat feel rewarding and intense, but slightly overpowered. I'm not entirely sure the solution to this, but if someone dives you with a sword, you better pray to Jesus that your movement is excellent, or you aren't getting out of that situation alive, Chief. This is by far the best feeling melee combat in any BR game, though. If you know what you're doing, you can wipe the entire lobby by yourself with just swords. Lovely. Character customization is kinda pathetic, like I said earlier, unless you want to spend guap in the cash shop for a face mask and a Neo-style trench coat, but at the end of the day, it's a vampire BR game, not a Twilight dress-up sim. If you want character customization and nothing else, Second Life's got you covered. Individual character abilities like Nosferatu's invisibility or Siren's flashbang are pretty useful and are balanced quite well. I wish there was a little more customization in them, but I guess you can't have everything nowadays. I feel like if you're dead set on having classes with different abilities, there really needs to be counters, kind of like Apex Legends or Overwatch. Maybe Nosferatu should be immune to Siren's flash because he's so damn ugly. Something like that. All in all, the game runs great on just about any system. There's the occasional bug here and there, movement needs to be polished up a bit more, and there needs to be some meaningful rewards to keep impatient players like myself invested. But it's a solid game. I would recommend anyone give it a try. And remember, it's all fun and games until you get caught sucking off someone in the street for that glorious melee damage buff. I made a new Reddit, by the way, because my other one was banned for not being moderated, so it's now back with a new name and 2 whole moderators to keep everyone in line. Let's see if we can keep this one alive. Feel free to post your memes, clips, discuss topics and games, or take part in future videos like Q&As or what have you. Follow the Twitch, join the Discord, join the subreddit, and watch this video right now. Bleh.